Spiritual root, foundation of talent in cultivation. Spiritual root is the fundamental basis of cultivation talent and acts as the invisible structure that determines how you interact with qi, how efficiently you absorb it, and how far you can progress along the path of power. It is not a physical organ that can be touched or seen with the naked eye, but an intrinsic part of your existence, something embedded within your body and soul from the moment of birth. You can understand it as a natural conduit or filter that governs the intake, refinement, and circulation of energy. When qi enters your body, your spiritual root determines how much of it you can retain, how pure it remains after absorption, and how smoothly it flows through your meridians and dantian. This is why two cultivators practicing the same technique under identical conditions can experience completely different outcomes, with one advancing rapidly while the other struggles to make even minor progress over long periods of time. The importance of spiritual root lies in efficiency. Cultivation is a long-term process that depends on constant accumulation and refinement of energy. If your absorption efficiency is low, most of the qi you gather will dissipate before it can be refined, resulting in slow progress and unstable breakthroughs. On the other hand, a high-quality spiritual root allows you to absorb large quantities of qi with minimal loss, refine it quickly, and store it effectively, creating a compounding advantage over time. For example, if one cultivator absorbs 10 units of qi and retains only 2, while another absorbs the same 10 units but retains 8, the difference may appear small at first, but over months and years, the gap becomes massive. This is why spiritual root is often considered more important than technique in the early stages of cultivation. Spiritual roots are commonly classified based on elemental affinity, most often corresponding to the 5-element system of wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. Each element represents a specific type of energy behavior and determines the cultivator's compatibility with certain techniques and environments. A fire spiritual root aligns naturally with heat, transformation, and explosive energy, making fire-based techniques more efficient and powerful. A water spiritual root favors adaptability, fluidity, and endurance, allowing smoother control and sustained energy flow. Similarly, wood emphasizes growth and expansion, metal emphasizes structure and precision, and earth emphasizes stability and balance. This elemental alignment is not just cosmetic, it directly affects how energy behaves within the cultivator's body. Among these classifications, the most valued type is the single-element spiritual root with high purity. A pure root means that the energy absorbed matches perfectly with the cultivator's internal system, leading to minimal resistance and maximum efficiency. Such cultivators can focus entirely on one type of energy, refining it to a high degree of strength and control. Dual or triple element roots introduce multiple affinities, which increases versatility but reduces efficiency because different energy types may interfere with each other during refinement. Mixed or impure roots contain many elements with low purity, resulting in chaotic energy flow, internal conflict, and slow cultivation speed. These individuals often struggle to progress and may require significantly more resources to achieve the same results as those with purer roots. Beyond standard classifications, there exist rare variants known as mutated spiritual roots. These roots do not follow the basic 5 elements and instead manifest unique attributes such as lightning, ice, wind, or even more abstract forms of energy. Mutated roots often provide special abilities or advantages that cannot be replicated through normal means. For example, a lightning root may grant faster energy conversion and explosive attack power, while an ice root may enhance control and preservation of energy. Above all these lies the concept of a heavenly or perfect spiritual root, an extremely rare condition where the root possesses near-perfect compatibility with qi, allowing unparalleled absorption speed, purity, and stability. Such individuals are often regarded as geniuses and are highly sought after by powerful sects and organizations. Two key factors define the strength of a spiritual root: purity and variety. Purity determines how clean and efficient the energy absorption process is, directly affecting cultivation speed and stability. Variety determines how many types of energy the cultivator can handle, influencing flexibility and adaptability. A highly pure single-element root excels in speed and power, but may lack adaptability, while a multi-element root offers broader options but sacrifices efficiency. This balance between specialization and versatility is a central theme in cultivation systems and often shapes a cultivator's entire path. In most systems, spiritual root is fixed at birth, making it a representation of innate talent. This creates a natural hierarchy where individuals with superior roots have a clear advantage from the beginning. However, some rare methods allow modification or enhancement of the spiritual root. These include the use of heavenly treasures, body reconstruction techniques, or dangerous cultivation methods that attempt to refine or replace the root entirely. Such processes are extremely risky, as failure can lead to severe injury, loss of cultivation, or death. Even when successful, the process often requires immense resources and carries long-term consequences. Spiritual root plays a crucial role in cultivation speed. A cultivator with a high-grade root may break through a major realm in a fraction of the time required by someone with a low-grade root. Over multiple stages, this difference compounds exponentially, creating a widening gap between individuals. This is why cultivation societies place great emphasis on talent assessment. Sects and clans conduct testing ceremonies to evaluate spiritual roots, selecting disciples based on their potential. Those with superior roots receive better training, resources, and protection, while those with weaker roots are often neglected or given limited opportunities. This system reinforces the importance of spiritual root as the foundation of cultivation hierarchy. In addition to energy absorption, spiritual root also affects comprehension. Cultivation is not only about gathering energy, but also about understanding techniques, principles, and the nature of power itself. A higher quality root often correlates with better sensitivity to energy, allowing cultivators to perceive subtle changes and grasp complex concepts more easily. This creates a dual advantage, where individuals with strong roots not only progress faster, but also understand their path more deeply. In combat, the influence of spiritual root becomes evident through energy capacity, recovery speed, and technique efficiency. A cultivator with a superior root can store more energy, recover faster during battle, and execute techniques with greater precision and power. While skill and experience still play important roles, the underlying advantage provided by the root often determines the outcome in prolonged encounters. Despite its importance, spiritual root is not an absolute determinant of success. There are rare cases where individuals with weak roots overcome their limitations through extreme effort, unique opportunities, or unconventional methods. These individuals often rely on perseverance, creativity, and external resources to compensate for their lack of innate talent. However, such cases are exceptions rather than the norm, and the majority of cultivators remain constrained by their initial foundation. At higher levels of cultivation, the significance of spiritual root may diminish as other factors become more important. Foundation, experience, and Tao comprehension begin to play a larger role in determining strength. Some advanced systems even allow the evolution or transformation of the spiritual root into a higher form, enabling cultivators to surpass their original limitations. At this stage, the focus shifts from raw talent to mastery and understanding. From a philosophical perspective, spiritual root represents innate potential. It reflects the idea that individuals begin their journey with different advantages and limitations. Some are naturally gifted, while others must work harder to achieve the same results. However, it also emphasizes that starting point is not the final destination. While talent influences the speed and ease of progress, it does not completely define the outcome. Spiritual root is the beginning of the cultivation path. It determines how easily you take your first steps, how quickly you gain momentum, and how stable your foundation becomes. It shapes your early journey and influences your opportunities. But it does not decide your final height, because cultivation is not a single moment,
but a continuous process of growth, adaptation, and understanding. In the end, spiritual root defines where you start, but your actions determine how far you go.